I'll be back on Thursday's program. To the Karsch and Anderson inbox from Dave in his car. I'm sorry, I already read that one. I'll go to...
Maybe it's good enough to read twice.
It could be. No, it really isn't.
It's a C minus.
Exactly. Here's another champ vote for Noah Holloway for beating Ewing sarcoma cancer. Good job, Noah. Chump, Ewing sarcoma cancer, and all the types of cancer. Absolutely. Another champ vote, Noah, for being cancer-free. Keep fighting, brother. Chump is, I think he means to say UCF. Layup. Come on now. LB and Ypsilanti. I mean...
It was Dawkins. It was there. It was. I thought it was going to fall. We were all watching the game here at the studio. I was doing the Pistons game. I just got off air. It looked. We all thought it was in, and then we all just screamed and said, "What?"
You know, if they tapped it in, the Duke still was going to score.
No way. Not with 1.6.
No. Yeah, I've never seen that before.
It wasn't
with
that.
Duke.
No later. What are you going to just throw it to the side of the poster on the foul?
Yeah,
with 1.6.
That's what they do.
I think that shot goes in. UCF wins. One of the biggest upsets ever. And it would have been, by the way.
You think it would have been a big upset? Are you going on?
No. You know, it's funny. I thought, I'm not going to say his name. I love this guy. He's an AP writer. He's like, it's not even close to a big upset. Do you know that if
out this fool.
No, I'm not outing him.
Why?
Because he's a good guy and he's very private. I would feel bad. I'll give you.
He's an AP writer.
Yes, I can't out him.
Did he tweet it out?
No. He was messaging. Actually, he did tweet me. Yes, it was really. It's on Twitter if you want to see it. And I love the guy.
Who is it?
I'm not going to say it, but it's on my Twitter because he's a nice dude.
Somebody comes out and says that if UCF were to beat Duke, it wouldn't be that big of an upset.
I said it would be
crazy.
I said it would be one of the biggest upsets ever, and he's like, not even close. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
A 9 seed taking down the overall 1 seed wouldn't be.
Let me stretch this even. Yeah, let me stretch this even further. So I looked this up, and I thought I was right, but I wanted to make sure I had the numbers. Do you know that if UCF won yesterday, it would have by point spread been the biggest second round upset ever? There's been one bigger upset. I was trying to remember. It was a Wisconsin game in the Sweet 16. Or I'm sorry, Indiana and Duke. It was like 12 and 13, whatever it was. That would have been the biggest upset based on point spread, which isn't everything, in the history of the tournament in the second round. Because obviously you have 2-15s. UMBC was 20-point underdogs against Virginia last year. Norfolk State's the biggest ever.
You've got an opportunity here in front of you where you, Dan Leach, could look pretty good.
I always do, Gator.
And shout down somebody who is being foolish.
Can't do it. I can't do it. He's a good dude. Listen, I just gave you the formula. It's on my Twitter. It wasn't he DM'd me.
I'm not going to your Twitter. I'm asking you a question right in front of me.
Can't do it. I can't do it. He'll get me. He's a very private guy, and I just feel bad. I don't want to do it. You know I'm a nice whiz, Gator.
Private guy who tweets, apparently.
Tweeted at me.
Champ, Beeline, having Xavier step out of bounds to bring in bench guys. Class. Chump, Pool. He needs to start carrying more water. That's from Greg.
Is that a pun intended text? Pool needs to start carrying more water? From the deep end of the pool. He was fighting 19 yesterday or 2 days ago. Come on. What's wrong with 19? What was he, 3 of 5 from downtown?
I think it was 5 or 15 in the game, wasn't he? Let me see. Hey, look at that. 5 and 15 in the game.
Look at that knowledge base.
But he made all of his free throws, and he made the 3-point shots that counted. And, they won by 15 points because
he by far
better.
He was the best scorer for Michigan. I mean, I liked livers and onions with his 10 off the bench and the 3 boards and the steal and the defensive effort. But without Poole's 19, that would have been a close game. By the way, every scorer, all the starters except for Iggy, who has got to be better, by the way, and the Wolverines' big 3 are 13 from 28 from downtown. Other than that, I mean, Teskey had 8 and 10. Matthews had 9, 7, and 5, and he had a 22-10 game in round 1.
Okay, 248-539-9797 is a telephone number. The NFL has their annual meetings are going to take place this week, and they actually start today.
I feel like they have meetings every other month.
They do. The competition committee met recently to discuss some potential rule changes, and now they're going to bring them to the owners at these meetings. And one of the potential rule changes, proposed rule changes, has been met with a lot of acceptance, with one exception, and that's John Mara, owner of the Giants. And he doesn't like it because he thinks it's too gimmicky.
I don't think it's gimmicky at all.
Here's what's going on. The Broncos proposed a rule change that would not eliminate the onside kick, but would give you an alternative to the onside kick, which is similar to what the Alliance of American Football has. If you are fortunate to find out what channel that's on and actually watch it.
NFL Network. I'm a big Orlando Apollos guy.
Occasionally. Here's the rule. The rule is that you would be able to, in the fourth quarter, after you score, you would be allowed to attempt a 4th and 15 play
from your 35
once per game. 4th and 15 from your own 35. You can do it once per game instead of kicking an onside kick. Now, I don't think this is as radical a change as maybe we're making it out to be, because it is once per game. So we're talking about adding excitement to tight games, and we know there's plenty of tight games in the NFL. So here you go. You're down by a score. You want to get back into the game. You can kick the onside kick, which nobody recovers onside kicks.
It's like 5%.
It's the futility rate is disgusting. That's why you don't do it. In fact, I believe it was 7.5%. By the way, 2008, 4 out of 53 onside kicks made it, which is it says, this article says from Sports Illustrated, dramatic decrease over the 21.7% recovery rate from 2017. The reason is because they changed the rules on onside kicks. You no longer could get the running start. Only the kicker get the running start, and the onside kick, everyone else had to stay where they're at. That resulted in the drop from 21% to 7%. Or 21.7 to 7.5%. So to get the excitement back, Broncos say, let's do this. 4th and 15, your own 35. You can do it once a game in the fourth quarter. Let's go with it. It seems like everybody's on board except for John Mara from the Giants.
You have to have 24 owners, by the way, vote for it to get it passed.
Yes. So now it goes to the owners in these meetings.
24 to 32.
Where they can vote for it, and they'll be looking at some other stuff too. But I ask you, the people, 248-539-9797. And ticket text as well at 97136. Is this a gimmick, or is this something that'll actually make the game more enjoyable to watch? And that is allowing a team, instead of kicking an onside kick or attempting an onside kick in the fourth quarter when they're trailing, but once a game in the fourth quarter, if you're trailing, you can have the ball 4th and 15 from your own 35-yard line. I mean, it's desperation. It's like it's not quite a Hail Mary because you only need 15 yards, and the rules apply. Hey, defensive holding, automatic first down. Pass interference, you get a first down. Personal foul, stuff like that, first down. If there's offensive holding, move them on back.
A lot more parts. Let me ask you this, Gator. So we gave you the numbers. I thought it was 5. I guess 5%. Was it 7.5? You said
7.5%.
Let's say once there's enough data. Let's say there's 100 onside kicks, 100 4th and 15s. Do you think the percentage of first downs or possessions gained will be better for the 4th and 15 or for onside kicks? Because my guess is it might be really, really close, but I like the 4th and 15 for the reasons you just mentioned. I don't think it's a gimmick, A. B, you penalties. If you have a good quarterback and you're able to float the ball somewhere, I think it's a much more fun way of trying to get the ball and retain possession than an onside kick, which, like we said, never seems to work.